Are you ready to have an auction? There it is.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. The last time we spoke with my next guest, he left us all wanting more. His lifelong commitment to improving his community has inspired generations. So let's get started. So welcome everyone. I'm with Father John of Life Directions in Detroit, Michigan. Father, how are you?
Doing very well. Really happy to be with you.
Well, I'm really excited to have you back. Last year, when we did one of these, it was wildly popular. People wanted to hear more of you, so here we are, giving them more.
All right, thank you. And I wish to be able to please those who want to know more about what we're doing to change lives.
Perfect. Well, in that vein, I understand that Life Directions is bringing back a really popular program that they had in the past. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
I will. Our first 5 years, from 1973 to 1978, we were putting in place various elements, the high school program, the middle school to high school program, and then we put in place the family program. And that's when we go into the neighborhood. And what we do is we have the families, the grandparents, the parents, and the young people. And the support came from the Hispanic community here in Southwest Detroit. And the powerful gift of being able to see how the grandparents can really strengthen the values of their grandchildren while the grandchildren are teaching the grandparents how to live in America. So it was kind of a mutual learning process, and they both got along with it. So for a number of years from that time on, we put that in last place. And we kept our focus on the high school and the middle school. But with the pandemic, it came back to life. And wow, is it popular and really right on time. All the issues that young people are facing, we were able to bring it right to the family. The families were living with it all the time, 24/7. The young people were able to teach their grandparents and parents how to use social media. So they were able to get in a Zoom conference calls. They would be able to watch this podcast. And all we needed to do was be able to have the young people and the grandparents be able to connect. And the parents, who oftentimes are working, they need to have some time just to relax and chill out. And they would come home and they would actually see it. And they would really enjoy what they were seeing. So it was really a nice way for the parents and the grandparents and the young people to have something to share when they were isolated and they were shut out from going to school. So it was a perfect fit.
That's really amazing that, you think a program is sort of used up its life cycle and all of a sudden it's fresh and new and we need it all over again. So that's really great that you're able to offer that. So I understand you've got tons of people that are obviously involved with Life Directions, but a real special couple, Will and Martina O'Sullivan, have been really involved. And I understand they're going to be getting an award. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it's called the Lifetime Achievement Award. And they met us and we got to work together in 1974. And they were part of the very program that I was talking to you about with Focus Family. And they were a married couple, just recently married. So they became like adult mentors. Later on, we had adult mentors. And they actually taught us how to mentor high school students who would then mentor eighth graders. And so the high school students would be able to connect with this married couple who were in their 30s at the time, and to be able to coach them to be able to mentor the eighth graders through the high school students. It's an intergenerational project, and it really is fascinating, especially when you see people that are caught up inside of ways of being connected to their peer group, and they're not really listening to values that would make a difference in their future. So this was just a perfect fit, and we want to honor them because after 48 years, they're now coming back, and we want to pay tribute to them, and we're getting ready for our 50th anniversary, which is next year, when they're the students that they touched, the young people in their circle, will be able to come and now in their 60s be able to show us the powerful impact that this happened when we planted in the seeds, we nurtured the seeds, and now they're coming to full flower. It's just really amazing.
That is truly inspiring. That is just awe. It's amazing. I'm just in awe every time I hear these stories. Well, also, in addition to Will and Martina, I understand there's going to be a Guiding Light honoree coming up as well. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, well, you mentioned it, that every program needs to have financial support, but also the support of the business community. And so O'Brien Construction Tim O'Brien began to invest in us almost 20 years ago. And he has a construction company in Detroit, and he was able to start our project into the neighborhoods by knowing where the housing starts were going to come, and he could invest in us, and then we could go to the schools, because for the schools to work, people will move their homes together near a school, and they want to see how the school supports the family. So we tied it together with the married couple, Will and Martina O'Sullivan, and what they represent, and then Tim O'Brien and what he represents, which is the board, the trades, and the people that are really invested in us. Corporations and foundations can follow, but really it's the business community that works together to bring this project to its fullness. And it really is. It's touched over almost 190,000 people since 1973. And the amazing thing is that none of these have any violence at all. There's no violence. And what it is we're an answer to all these problems because we bring the solution. It's almost like you come and talk to the cure about the disease. You come to talk to the solution with the problem. And when you put the solution in front of the problem, and then you show verifiable outcomes, it's all fitting together. And at this time, when we want to expand our program, I'm out here at Marygrove College now, and in Detroit, that's an area that's been repurposed. And now it's a school from early child care all the way through college. And it's going to be gradually growing, and we're going to be inside of the heart of that community. And that's where we want to expand from Southwest Detroit to Northwest Detroit, from the south side of Chicago to the west side of Chicago. We want to go where poverty is, but we want to show that they're maybe poor financially, but they're rich in the powerful gifts that they can offer. And that's what we want to bring forward.
That's a lot of years of doing that. I am just inspired by that. Well, of course, as you know, and all too well, none of this happens without funding. So we are going to be helping with our funding with our annual Spark of Hope Gala coming up May 14th. And that's where we'll be doing these Lifetime Achievement Awards and the Guiding Light Honoree Awards. But tell our viewers a little bit about the gala that's coming up and how they can get involved.
Okay, the gala is coming about. Last year, we honored a man who owns a whole series of theaters called Imagine Theaters in both Chicago and Detroit, and Paul Glantz. And I asked him afterwards, is there any way we could put this in front of people? And he said, yes, let's produce a film. So we're going to have a 2-minute film, and we're going to have a trailer onto that 2-minute film, and we're going to be able to show the real impact of what happens when we approach all these problems of drugs and violence and suicide, all those sad things that are happening. We come in with the joy of the powerful gift of being able to show the gift of capturing this before it goes off center, and to be able to keep them centered on their futures. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to be able to show it. We're going to have a witness talk there. TED Talks is going to be coaching one of the young people who are going to speak in the name of all the young people that we've been impacting this year. And then we're going to be able to, as you mentioned, the 2 honorees. We're going to have good music, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And it's going to start at 6 o'clock on Saturday up here at the Renaissance Center or the GM building, and to be able to really show it, and to really be able to show how the silent and live auction, everything that comes to us, imagine this, every $1,000 empowers a young person and their family to be able to be part of the solution to the problems that we're facing in our society. So it's a real gift.
Well, I am absolutely thrilled that you're having me back. And it's become one of the feature events for me every year. And I'm grateful that GM lets us use their amazing building there downtown Detroit. It's a perfect spot for a perfect, well, as perfect as any organization can be, I guess, but an amazing organization that does such essential work in the city of Detroit. It's a true, I know I've said this before, but it is a true inspiration every time I come back to hear the stories and see the lives that have been affected. So, Father John, I want to thank you for taking the time today to tell our audience about all of the great things that Life Directions is doing and will be doing in the future, and how they can get involved at the Spark of Hope Gala. So I'm really excited to be there, and I will see you then.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And to just imagine the young people all be fired up that night to be able to share with you the joy that they have been as they mentored young people to follow their example into the future. So thank you. And thank you for coming back, Chris. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Anytime. So there you have it. If you're going to be in the Detroit area on May 14th, come and join us for the Life Direction Spark of Hope Tribute Gala. But in the meantime, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you at the auction.